Just a normal day at school. Me and my cousins just going about our day, and you know, this is where it all happened. I lost my two little cousins, and this is where my life changed.
I get a phone call. It was my sister. What's going on? What's up? Heard her crying. She's like, "It's Fat Boy." I said, "What's going on?" He got shot. I didn't want to believe it.
When I went down, the police officers was told that it was a triple homicide. So, you know, they were kind of taking their time getting to the scene. But in that moment, I guess there was a police officer there already, and you know, I let out a big old sigh while I was laying on the floor. That kind of let them know that it wasn't 3 homicides and that I was still, you know, alive and ready to be taken to the hospital.
We're walking down the hall and I'm just screaming his name. And we saw him, looked in his eyes, he wasn't there.
Continue to be strong, son. Okay? That's all we need is your faith, okay? You gotta believe it, okay? It's gonna come.
He couldn't talk because he had a bunch of tubes in. He just kept signing, like he just kept moving his hands.
What?
Matt was like, NFL? And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, NFL. And we were like, oh.
I think that's when he started bawling. Like,
Yeah, we
he
were
wasn't
like,
gonna
babe.
play football again.
Yeah, we were like, babe, we'll see. Like, we don't know. I remember sitting in there and we were just holding his hand because that's all we could do. And I remember telling him, like, okay, you can't leave me. You can't leave me. Like, I need you. Your sisters need you. Your brothers need you.
But at the same time, I didn't give up. I didn't give up on him. I didn't give up on our Heavenly Father.
I mean, you can tell I'm at my lowest point in these pictures, but I know from what I can see, you know, this sad guy, this little sad guy was really just wanting to play football and just put on for his family. "16-year-old boy at that time. I'm seeing all my friends, you know, live out their high school life. I'm just at the house. I look miserable, I don't look like me.
So you got a contrast where, hey, you're supposed to celebrate you getting your license, and he's here just saying, man, my vitals are normal, right? They're staying steady.
Thinking about everything I had going for me in the past, but you know, at that point, I'd say that was my lowest point in my life.
Sometimes it was win the hour. There were some times where he'd just win the day, and sometimes there were times where it just win the minute for him.
You know, we're a sports family and all we do is sports, and that was my mentality, sports first. He kind of made us slow down tremendously. Like, you really gotta slow down. This ain't about you, sports or whatnot. You think of what's going on first. So I think that really humbled my heart.
They told us that we would have been added onto the list for that transplant, and it was gonna take like 2 to like forever years long to get. But with how high risk of what my injury was, I guess they just got to throw me on there first. So I only had to wait like 2 months.
That's when he had asked the question again, like, do you think I could play football again? But before that, we didn't even have to ask. The doctors were already telling him, like, hey, you should probably think of just other options, other things to do.
We were sitting there, and I remember asking the head doctor if I was ever gonna be allowed to play football again. He went quiet for a little bit and just looked around, but then he did say, I don't see why not. Then me and my parents, sat up in our chair a little bit, started looking at each other, smiling a little bit. Got the little eye from my dad. And after that, I just put in my head that it was go time.
Through that process of recovery, right, there was a lot of probably self-discovery for him, understanding where his courage is at, where his heart is at, as much as he had the supporting group around him with his mom and his dad, his siblings and community members and extended families, right? That individual battle is something that will really grow your bandwidth.
To still make yourself into a football player and a student that graduates high school early, I think that that's just a tribute to the kind of person he is and his attention to detail and his desire to want to get things done the right way.
He's a walking miracle, and I think everyone is just grateful that he still is alive.
It's like he never gave up. He pushed through all of it. If something came up, he's like, well, what do we do? And I think he actually pushed me more than I pushed him. I just can't wait to see what he's gonna do next.
I'm very grateful for, our Heavenly Father and this obstacle that he put me through. I'm just very grateful that I was be able to make it out alive, to keep doing what I'm doing, and to, be the voice on this earth that Heavenly Father wants me to be. I got a whole nother story to write here at BYU, so here we go. Let's do it.